Okay, welcome back. And let's move on to file number 6, the dynamic search. Okay, when you open up this file, you get this. Okay, now sometimes when we do the Microsoft Excel, where we use this thing called Vlookup, they always match what is exactly the exact match. So now I want to show you an example of something what they call as the fuzzy kind of a match. Okay, I want you to list down all the information about the company that contains the alphabet HO in it. The company name has the HO in it. So if you look at this set of database, okay, so which are the one that has the HO? So you notice that number 1 don't have, number 2 don't have, number 3 got this one, HO. Then what else? Now HO. As long as they has the spelling H and O inside, we want it to be selected. Okay, all those that has HO, we don't care where is the HO. Now, sometimes when we are looking for something, we need that. But VLOOKUP does not help you at all. Zero, nothing. Unless you tweak the information a bit. So it's not the VLOOKUP that doesn't help, but the data that you want under HO, VLOOKUP only match HO. So we have to find a solution how we can say this word contains HO. Okay, now let's start. Let's start. Let's take a look at this. You need what we call here as a helper column. This guy, so I call this one as my helper column. This column here, I call it as my helper column. And what is the formula that I want to write here is I want to check whether or not, okay, this particular company name has the alphabet HO. So I put there equal to search HO inside this cell. So if they can find it, there will be a number. So in this case, 101 Tech Builders in Berhad don't have HO, so you get the error. So I copy the whole thing down. So, I need to lock the C5. Okay, so I copy this thing down. Okay, so whatever that has the number means there's a HO inside. Don't worry about this one first. This one because there's already formula. Now, what I'm doing here is, you see, I tell them that this first name here doesn't have HO, so value. Then this one got the JOHOR. There's a HO. And the HO, if you count from the beginning until the end, until the HO, is actually character number 30. Now, it doesn't really matter what number you get. As long as there is a number, that means there is a HO. Okay, so if I put here SOL, that means I'm looking for those that have SOL, you see, solution, right? Here we have solution. I know the company name contains the name solution, so I just put SOL. So if I put here SDN, then I have a lot of them have SDN here. Those company that comes with Sendirian Berhad will have it, SDN. So I put here HO, this is what I get. So I put it back to HO already. Now I don't want it to appear as error. So I will change this to is error. Is error. Put back here, close the bracket, enter. So now I copy the formula down. So whichever that is an error, now that's the one that I'm looking for. The one that is not error, I'm not looking for it. Right? Now, sorry, I think I made a mistake. It's not is error. So it's not is error. I want to ask Excel whether or not is a number. Is number. Something is not right just now. Is number. Because I don't want it to be the other way around. Now, why is it that I use is number? Because this one don't have HO inside. This one has HO inside. So it's true. I'm looking for all the true. I'm not looking for all the false. Okay, so now I can put in the formula says if when I search for HO, it says return with a number, then what is it that I want to do? So I go to this comma. Okay. So I will tell them to do a maximum. I start with the cell above, J7 up to J7. I close bracket. So if I lock the first one here, that means I want them to always start with J7. As I copy down, the J7 will become J8, J9, J10, and so on. Okay, so what is the maximum number from J7 to J7? 0, right? 0. So I tell them, please plus 1. Right? Otherwise, just leave it as 0. So when I press enter, this is 0. Now, if I don't want the 0, I can always tell them to use empty. Empty. So that it will not be so messy. All those with HO will have 1, 2. Like that. All those with the HO one will have number. And do you notice the first one that has HO is 1? The second one that have HO is 2. So I got 1, I got 2, I got 3, I got 4, I got 5. So altogether, I have 5 of them that has the alphabet HO inside. Okay, you understand this formula? So I'm saying that as long as when I search for the HO inside, there is a number, okay, then it will be true. So if it's true, then I tell them, can you please, for the first formula here, I tell them J7 to J7, find the highest number from J7 to J7. So J7 is up here. Is there any number? No number. So no number, 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. So since this particular first cell here, there is no HO, then it will become empty. Okay. Is it a number? No, it's not a number. So it go to the empty. The second one, is there a HO? No, then it go to empty. The third one, got HO or not? Yes. So if this is a yes, barulah they do the max. So now I have an index numbering here, which is my helper column. So when I perform my VLOOKUP, I just have to tell them, look for number 1, take out the information for me. Okay, so I will do it here. This is where my VLOOKUP starts. My VLOOKUP. So I tell them equals to VLOOKUP. So I'm looking for 1, comma, then I highlight all this table, everything. I lock it. So you see, it's already up here, table. This is my table. So what am I looking for? This is number 1. So it's 1, 2. So I tell them go for number 2, column number 2. Oops. Okay, let me write again. Equals to VLOOKUP. I'm looking for number 1, comma. I highlight this guy. Okay, I lock it, comma 2. Why 2? Why 2? Because this is column 1, this is column 2. Okay. And I'm looking for exact match only. There you go. So it's 3. Don't tell me I need to write this formula for each and every cell. It's very tiring, right? And this is number 2, this is number 3, this is number 4, number 5, number 6. So what I'll do is, instead of 1, let me just take this one to right side like this. Zoom in. So you notice the original formula is just VLOOKUP, then I put 1. But for the second one here, I need this to be 2. The third one here, I need to be 3. Therefore, in the formula, I don't type the 1 myself. Instead, I will use this function called rows of. Now, I just point it to the neighbor, neighbor, this cell to A8 to A8. So, can you tell me from A8 until row 8, A8 until 8, how many rows are there? The answer is, so when I highlight this, answer is 1 at the top. So that will be number 1. No? So what I need to do is, I need to copy it down. So the first A8, I don't want them to change. So when I copy this down, it will become A8 until A9. So how many rows are there? So this function called rows will count how many rows for you. Okay, so if I copy this down, I will have it ready. Okay, so let's look at the number 6, right? 6. The second one is 20, and 22, and 36. 28, sorry, 28. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so this is the formula that's solved if I were to copy it downward. Okay. Now, I got another item here that I need to match. Okay, so if this is number, I need to tell them it's number 2. If this is company name, so I need them to match for me. Company name. So I need you to tell me it's actually column number 1. Okay, so in this formula, I tell them don't use 2 because when I want the company name, then I want them to go to the third column. Right? So I tell them match for me, match for me, match what? Match whatever on top here, NO. Okay. Then I lock it. I lock only the 7. I lock only the 7, comma. Then I tell them please select from here. All this. Lock it. This one you have to lock it. You press F4. After you lock it, then comma, you tell them to look for the exact match. Then close. So in this case, since I'm using NO, the number is 2. See, the answer here is 2. So enter. So with this formula now, I can copy it to the right. I get all my answer. I don't want the color. I just copy it down. So I don't want the color as well. So I copy all the way down. I don't want the color as well. Okay. So there's so many error. Let me just copy this one right straight down first. No color. All right, there you go. I already have the 5 items that I have. Now what happened to this one? Wow, so many error. What NA? Now because the VLOOKUP cannot find. So what do? In this formula, you just put there if error, go to the back of the formula, put empty. Okay, so copy to the right again, no color, no formatting, just drag it down. This time, also no formatting. Then they'll be empty. Now, this cell here looks empty, but there is a formula inside. There's a formula in that particular cell. So if I go to this cell now and I type SOL, they give me what I want. Those with SOL will have a number. Okay. So if I just put SO, I will have more. SO. Those with SO. Right? Let's say those with SDN. All those with the SDN one will have the information. Let me format this one and put it in the center. Okay, so next time, if you are looking for something, let's just say BO, only one company with a BO there. Right? If you look for something SE, there is no SE. All those with the SE, okay. But there are a couple of things that you need to do, right? It's just not a straightforward VLOOKUP anymore. You will not be able to match them by just typing a few characters. So if you know your company has the word EDU, these are the company that has EDU. So if you want to do some enter, these are the company that has the word enterprise, enter. So auto, so that's one auto. Okay, so it's up to you to find what you want. And follow? You have seen this work, right? You have seen it work. So let's do this one more time, slowly. Okay, let's do this one more time slowly. I'm going to delete it off. I'm going to delete this guy off as well. Okay, so let me explain all over again. You don't do first, you just watch first. Now I have this cell C5 with the HO here. I need to find out any of this name here contain HO in their name, in their company name. So the first thing I need to do is to tell them to use search. Search. Then search what? Search the HO, lock it. Why lock it? Because I need to copy down. If I copy down, then this will be C6, C7, C8. So I don't want, so I lock it. And I tell them, please look inside the cell L8. Now I'm not going to lock the L8 because when I copy down, I want them to go to the next name, next name, next name, next name, and so on. So just that only. So the initial formula is very simple. Why are you getting this error? That's fine, because in this particular name, there is no HO. So when I copy this formula down, there are some of them with number. Okay, this one got number. Because the HO is in character number 30. This HO is in character number 22. This HO is also in character number 22. So is it important for us to know which character are there? No, we just want to know whether they exist or not. So when they exist, there will be a number. When they don't exist, there will be an error. So I can actually use whether is error or is number, but I will choose to use is number lah. So if let's say it's a number, that means yes lor. Okay, so go into the formula. I put there is number. Now there's nothing new to you, right? We talked about is number before. So open bracket and close bracket. Now I'm converting my information here into true or false. I'm just converting whatever the search that I have just now. If got, yes, true. If no, false. As long as there's a HO, it's true. As long as there is no HO, it will be false. Can you guys understand? Kalan? Mailing?
I can repeat again a bit, a bit confusing.
A bit confusing, right? So
Yeah.
I start all over again. Now, the purpose of we doing this exercise is we want to know which customer name, company name has alphabet HO. So we want to find this particular company that has a HO inside. So if you are doing things like you want to search the PO that is in this number, you can do that. Or you can find the customer, but the customer name is too long. So you remember some of the alphabet, you can just type. So this is what we call the fuzziness of our search. Okay, so how do we do that? HO. Now we tell them we use the function called search. What are you looking for? You are looking for this C5, the HO. Now make sure you lock it. Now we lock it because when we copy the formula down, I don't want this C5 become C6, C7, C8, C9. So I lock it. So you say find text. Find what? Find the HO, comma. Oh, sorry. Find the C5, lock it. Then comma. Where? Within text. Where do you want to find it? We want to find it in L8, this particular cell. So this cell, L8, do we have HO? No. So when we say no, there will be an error. If the cell contains HO, for example, the third name here, one gas regasification plant, Johor, HO ma. So the answer is 30. Why 30? 30 is because if you count HO, this H and O is you start counting from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 20 already, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 30, no? That's why you get the answer 30 because HO, the H is starting from character number 30. So the search function tells you where is the HO that you are looking for. So, but this number is not important to us. This number only tells us one thing. Oh, this particular name has HO. That's all. Therefore, correct? What we do is we just change this one to is number. We want to know whether there is a number or not. So I go to the back here, I close bracket, enter. So when I add a is number here, that means I'm asking whether the cell contains a number. So if it's error, not a number, when there is a number 30, that means yes, it's a number. So I tell them is number. So I'm converting my answer so that it appears true or false. Correct so far?
Clear, sir.
Okay,
So far clear, sir. Can continue. Yes.
all right. So now, what can we do with the true and false? So what happened when it's true? What happened when it's false, right? Now, if I don't continue writing it first. If I put a formula here, I say, can you please tell me what is the maximum number, right, of this cell, okay, to this cell, I7 to I7. What is the maximum number there? So the answer is 0. Okay, so based on this understanding, right? Based on this understanding, I'm going to add this to the if logic. So I say, if, I put it in front here, if this logical test is true, right? If it is true, then what I want to do? Now, true means the HO is inside the name. So I'll tell them, I want to find the max value of starting from here, J7 to J7. So I close bracket. But if I copy down, then it will be J8 to J8, J9 to J9. So it will forever be 0. So I will lock this J7, the starting point. The starting point, which is J7, I'll lock it. So when I copy down, it will be J7 to J8. Then I copy down further, it'll be J7 to J9, J10, J11, and so on. Okay. So after I got this, there's no number in J7 to 7, so the answer is 0. So I tell them, please plus 1. Plus 1. Otherwise, just show empty. Don't show me anything. Right? So I press enter. So now empty because this one don't have HO. See, this one has HO, right? So I copy down. All those that has HO, right, they will start to count. So here it says J7 to J9. J7 to J9. Where is J9? Up here. And J7 to J9. Any number or not? No. No number. So 0 plus 1 is 1. So the formula is here. No, the formula is inside here. So it says there, okay, from J7 to J9, got any number or not? What is the highest number? Don't have. So 0, 0 plus 1 will be 1. Will be 1. So by the time we come here, it says there, J7 to J12. Any number here? What's the biggest number? 1. So 1 plus 1, the answer is 2. So when they come here, it says from J7 to J26, what is the biggest number here? The max, the biggest number is 2. So 2 plus 1, the answer is 3. Now I have an indexing number already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those without the HO will have 0. They will not even look at the max. That's why I get the helper column here, the indexing. Why I need this? Why do I need this? So that I can use it for my VLOOKUP. I can look up for 1, I can look up for 2, I can look up for 3, I can look up for 4.
Okay, got it, sir. Because just now I got an error. So now corrected ready. Okay,
Error
thank
is
you.
something, the error is
Yeah,
something okay.
okay.
All right, now, what are we going to do next is, the VLOOKUP now need to find the number 1, number 2, number 3, and arrange them here. Okay, so we're going to use something called the VLOOKUP. Okay, let me just left. So equals to VLOOKUP. Now we need to find out what is the number 1. So I put 1, comma, in here. Okay, so I tell them that I want to find the whole thing here. From J8 to Q37, then I lock it. Right, so this table, I'll lock it. If I don't lock, later when I copy down, the J8 will become J9, Q38, and so on. I don't want that. Okay, so comma. After I comma, now I need to tell them the column index number. I'm looking for the number. So once they match the first column here, I want to look for the number. So this is 1, this is 2. So I put 2, comma, and I want to make sure this is an exact match. I can put false. There you go. So the first name, the first data that has the HO in it is actually the information number 3. I1 gasification, plant Johor, HO. So it's the number 3. Okay. Now I cannot copy the formula yet. It will not know that I'm looking for company name, customer, and the Q1 or Q2. They will not know. Okay, so I need to repair this a little bit. Okay, so let's start with number 1. But before I go there, do you all understand this VLOOKUP?
Yes.
This is back to the original VLOOKUP already. Now, how do we automate this item here is, now if I put here equals to rows, okay, and I point it to A8 to A8 to A8, so it will be 1. Okay. So if I lock the first A8, I mean the first A8 won't move. If I copy down, I'll get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I don't want the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want it to be invisible. Therefore, I will take this formula, I will put it inside here. Okay, so let me just delete this guy. I want this number to be automatically in a sequence, so I put there ROWS. Okay. Then I tell them, please start from A8 to A8. Close bracket. But the first A8, I lock it. So that when I copy down, the first one don't move, the range will move. The A8 will become A9, A10, A11, A12. Then it will count how many rows are there. So if I copy this one down, I don't have a problem. Okay. Now, this doesn't solve the problem yet. This doesn't solve the problem yet. Okay. So I need to tell them that the second information that I want from here is called company name, right? So what I have done is I highlighted this. It's called the raw data header. See, this is the raw data header. I give them a name already now. Huh? So I tell them, can you please take this NO on the top here, B7, go inside here and tell me this raw data header, this NO number is in column number what? So I will use something called match. Okay? So let's do something about this. Instead of two, I tell them to use something called match. So what do I match? I match this B7. But I cannot just leave it like that, B7. I want to make sure that later, if I were to copy down, it maintain in row number 7. But when I copy to the right, it will move to C, then D, then E, then F, which means I only lock my 7. Okay, I repeat, when I copy to the right, I need the column B to go to column C, D, E, and F. But when I copy the formula down, I want it to stay in row number 7. Therefore, I put a dollar in 7. I didn't lock the B. So where do you want to match? You see, your lookup value. Where is it? Oh, it's here. Now, since I already named this area as raw data header, so the name raw data header appear, and I'm looking for exact match, so I put a 0 and close bracket. Okay, done. So I just copy this to the right. So I tell them I don't want to have any formatting, fill without formatting, and I'll copy it down all the way. Again, without any formatting. There you go. Now we have an issue. There's a lot of error here. So the first formula itself, we need to modify. We need to put in something called if error. If error. So look at that if error. If this VLOOKUP comes back with an error, then just make it empty. Make sure nothing there. So I'm going to do this again. Copy this to the right. Make sure you tell them no formatting. And you copy it down. This time down here, you also say no formatting. There you go. Now they are so quiet here, nothing shown because of my if error. My if error says don't show anything. If there's an error, then don't show anything. So that's the whole formula up here. And I'll give you some time to digest this information. You guys okay? Please ask, and don't pretend that you know. Please ask the question. This exercise is useful, especially when you want to when you want to perform a query from your raw data without using any external feature such as filter and so on. Okay, you just want to have a look. So based on Maybe your data here consists of a lot of these invoices. And your invoices, some got A, some got B, some got C, that kind of thing. You don't care whether they got A or B or C. So as long as they got this invoice number inside, list it down for me. Then you know. So you want to know for quarter 3 and 4. So you just change this to quarter 3, quarter 4. Then they will change. So all I need to do is just come here, change this to 3. Right? Then I copy this to the right. And this is quarter 3 and quarter 4. So if I decided to put quarter 2 here, then the value will be quarter 2. I can change the title anytime to suit my work. Okay, don't just keep quiet. If you're okay, okay. If you're not okay, just if you're
Yes, I got
struggling
it.
there, let me know.
Can.
You know. So now, Kala, you can try a different wording here. Wording here. So you want EN. All those with the
Okay.
EN. Then you see all those with the EN appear. All those with the ENE. Then the ENE one will appear. All with the TECH. And all those companies that have the word tech inside there will appear. So if you say TEC only, so there will be what? Architect.
Yes, I got it.
Uh,
Thank you.
Everybody please try. Is okay now? Willing? Willing and mailing don't ask question one.
I try first, then see where's the problem. Solve first.
Have you got anything?
Just now the row I forgot to input, then cannot run. Then now can already.
Which one? This not here. Here is it?
Here the rows A.
It must be with the S one.
Yeah.
Not the ROW. It's a ROWS.
Okay.
Okay, ready lah. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get it done, but do you understand the whole concept? Most important thing is you understand the whole concept. Okay, so in order for us to perform the VLOOKUP, it's not so straightforward anymore. Not like this morning one, so simple one. Just select that cell and then just do it. So slowly we are moving away from those simple ones. Right? So before we can even do the VLOOKUP, we have to find a way to call out the information that we want to find. Therefore, you need a helper column. So first you need to think of the helper column. So the helper column is the one that you're going to match. You match. Right? So that's where the rows come in. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. And so it's a very creative way of writing the lookup. So for those of you who prepare something called statement of account, statement of account, you can do that. For this company, so you type in a little bit about the company, a little bit information about the company, just type in only, the list appear. Okay, so you don't even need to type the full name, it's type TEC only. All those with TEC, you want the list to appear. Right. So I hope everything is okay. Huh? Now let's move on to the next worksheet. Okay. Now at times, you may get data that is in this kind of order, especially when you are downloading it from what you call that, the internet. You found something, wow, you want to use this for your work. But then you realize something. The data is like, this is one set. How many items are there? There are 3 items. Okay. The next name is the 4th column. The next name is the 7th column. The next name is on the 10th column. So this is what happened here. So you need to know each set of data has how many information. Okay, so this is number 1. You see there's a formula inside here saying that if G1 is empty, then G1 plus maximum of H1 to J1. As long as it's not greater than the count of B2 to B22. Okay. Now the reason is I want this to be automated. So what happened is when I pull it down, you don't get it repeat. I don't want it to be repeated. Okay. So I just write this formula. Then over here, this one no formula, just 1, 2, and 3. Why 1, 2, and 3? Because I got name, department, and location. Just 1, 2, and 3. There are 3 information altogether. Okay, so when I want to put them like the first set of name here is Lorry Howard. Then the department is accounting. The location is in main office. So I want to have Lorry Howard, accounting, main office. So the second set is Jacqueline, sales, and it's West Branch. Then I have Jose Collins, accounting, then it's from main office. I want it to be automatically fulfilled here. Okay, so this function requires not VLOOKUP or anything, but we are going to use something called offset. Offset. So the first information you want is Lorry Howard. You always tell them to start from here and you lock it. Make sure you lock it so that they always start from C2. So now you need to tell them that, oh, I need you to go for this name. So please give me the Lorry Howard. So you say this is in row number 1. Now, I have my numbering on my left and top. So I tell them, please take whatever that is inside this particular G2. Now, since I'm using the one on the right, when I copy to the right, I want it to maintain in column G. So I will tell them, please lock only the G. And I will plus it with whatever that is in H1. Now, when I copy down, I want it to maintain in row number 1. So I will just make sure this is $1 without the H. And immediately, whatever they plus, you just minus 2. Minus 2. Otherwise, it was 0. Comma 0. So when I press enter, Lorry Howard. So when I copy to the right, I'll get the name. And I copy to the bottom, I'll get all the rest of the name. Duty, right? So because it is very consistent, it has about 3 items, 1, 2, 3 in every row. So this is number 4. This is the 4th item. Jose Collins is number 7. Bernice is number 10. Diana is number 13. Jay is number 16. And Shandy is number 19. So if you count from the top to bottom, this is number 19. Is that okay? Now the formula is not very long, it's a very short formula. It's I should put here. Formula text of this cell. So that's the formula. Okay, so if you have any question, please ask. You guys still there?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Trying. Trying.
It was very quiet, very scary.
Okay, got it, sir.
But you understand why are we doing that?
Yes, but can you repeat again? A
Okay,
bit.
so
Only the formula. Only the formula I want. Can you explain the formula?
first of all, we must understand what is offset. Okay, so you look at you look at this offset. So the first thing they want you to tell them is where do you start? Where is your first cell? Okay, so my intention here is the first person here is Laurie Howard. So I immediately come here. Okay, I immediately come here. Then I lock it. I lock it. Comma. Now for the row, right? How many row from this C2? I want the word Laurie, so it should be 0 row. Then how many column? I want that to be in the same column, so I put 0. So I put 0, 0, I get Laurie Howard. But when I move this to the right, I'm looking for accounting, right? Accounting is actually the second item. I want them to move down one step. Move down one step. Okay, so equals to offset, still the same cell, 4, comma. So now I need to see accounting. I'm now in C2. I want it to move down one step, so I put 1. Am I going to move it how many column? No, I put 0. So therefore I get accounting. So
Okay, sir. Got it. Yeah.
I do this one first. Okay, so how do I get the 0? How do I get the 1? So let's take a look at this number. Say 1 plus 1 equals to, see, G2 plus H2. G2 plus, sorry, H1. G2 plus H1. So 2 plus 1 plus 1, 2. Then I minus 2. So the answer is 0. Okay. So when I go to this cell, see, they need 1, isn't it? So it's 1 plus 2, 3. 3 minus 2, 1.
So why particularly -2?
Uh, because we need them to reduce the number by 2.
Okay.
Okay, you see, why particular 2? Now, this is 4, right? 4. So you tell them immediately they are not actually starting at 1 already. Okay, so 4 plus 1, what's the answer?
5.
5. 5 minus 2,
5 minus 2, 3.
3. So from this C3, I have to move down 1, 2, 3. So I'm here exactly.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
okay.
so let's take 13 for example. 13 for example, or maybe 10, 10 for example. So 10 plus 1, 11. 11 minus 2, 9. So I'm starting from C2, correct? So I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then I'll get Bernice. So this
Okay, sir.
numbering here is very important for you to get what you want. And there's always -2. That's how we tell them to -2. Now, how do they get this one called sales? So 4 plus 2, 6. Right? -2, 4. So how do they get 4? So starting from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get sales. It's all about mathematics lah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So next time, if you get something which is given to you, especially when someone create a website, they have this kind of information, and you want to make it available for you to use it for your VLOOKUP, how do we look up like that? Impossible. So you create something like that, then you can find the information you want. So I'm helping you now to sort out the data based on this. Okay? Now, if you know how to use Power Query, you try using Power Query to unpivot the data. Okay? It's not that easy though, but can give it a try lah. It can be done in Power Query. So without going into Power Query, because not everybody are attuned to this Power Query. So the Excel method is to use the offset function. Okay. Now let me remove this one first. Okay. Now you see, I got number 8. Number 8, name. So this name is Ang Yi Woon. Okay. So the department. Okay, I shouldn't have done that lah. I should just copy this one down lah. So the department is admin. Okay, the location is Cheras. I don't know where you're from lah. Just put that Cheras. Cheras branch. Okay, so this is the item number 8. So if I take this one, I pull it down, it will automatically become 1, right? So do I want it to be 1? For this guy, I just copy it down. It still say 1. Now why? Because my max value here is fixed. So now I just have to pull this one down until here. The max value, right, to J1. So when I press enter, copy this one down. This is 22. So all I need to do is just copy this formula down. Okay, Ang Yi-woon, admin, and Cheras. You guys get it? So to simplify the matter, let's just say I put this one as number. I click this, I insert it as a table, Control T. Right? Then I tell them I don't want this to be a number. Okay, item. Okay, so this is 22, right? Now, if I come down here and number 9. Okay, so again, I copy this one down. Okay, and this one I put here, Wendy TWN. So Wendy TWN, she is from the finance, or maybe she's from sales. And then location, she's actually in Kajang. So if I copy this whole thing down, I will already have them. So do you notice the power of changing your information into table? So all you need to do is copy it down. Okay. Now this first formula is also quite handy if you want to use this first formula. Now the file is with you, the formula is already there. So you study the formula. This one, you already have the formula. Okay. So let's do number 10. Okay, let me copy this one down. Take a look. So I put here Yi Mei Ling. Okay. Yi Mei Ling is from the headquarter. So she is actually the CEO. Right? She is from the HQ. All right. So now HQ. If I go to this 3 last item here, see, I just pull down here. I got Yi Mei Ling. Isn't it a good news? that you can just do it so quickly?
So quickly can do. Nice.
So something like this that is from your database, it can be from someone who sent you through PDF, someone who found it on the internet, they copy and paste it here. So yes, I got the data, but then this data is not usable yet until you convert it into this kind of format. Mm. Okay, Miss Ang? Yeah, so
Can.
this one is just an additional topic for you because when you want to perform VLOOKUP, sometimes you get this kind of data, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, index match, all this won't help you anymore. You need to convert it into something usable.
If
Okay.
if normal practice, if I don't know this, then I will just copy and transform. Copy
Yeah,
and
you can
transform.
do that.
Yeah.
But the transpose won't work also, right? Will it?
I
look down.
One by one, you mean?
Oh yeah, one by one. Now got the
One by
formula a
one.
little bit easier.
Now you use the formula better.
Mm.
So if you have 4 items, not 3, right? Then you have to put 4 here. The formula is the same. The first item, the second item, the third item. So the 1 here actually represent the first item. The 2 here actually represent the second item. 3 is the third item. So if one set of data has 4 value, then you put 4 here, automatically it will put. Right? So if sometimes your data has 6 items, so you put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so just clean up your data a little bit before you can use VLOOKUP. All right, now let's save this file. Let's go to number 7. How to use VLOOKUP? How to use VLOOKUP in the conditional formatting? All in here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Right, now, what I want to do is, I want Excel to highlight for me this data if the age of this person is more than 30. Now, I don't have the information about the age in this report. You notice, huh? I have a table here, which is a different table, right? So this is the age, which means as long as this Sarah is Sarah or 38, then I want it to be colored. I want it to be colored yellow. Okay. Abu, 27, no. Meng, 40 years, this one must be colored. Now, do you want to do this manually? Obviously, no, right? Obviously, you're not going to do that. So what are you going to do is you're going to take Sarah, look inside this table and check what is their age. If the age is more than 30, this value here, then color it for me. Okay, so this is what happened. We're going to this conditional formatting. We're going to set up our own new rule. We have to write a formula for that. Okay, so we go to this. Use a formula to determine which cell to format. Okay. So where are we now? Which is my active cell? My active cell is this guy. Okay, so whatever formula that I'm writing is for this particular cell, F4. So I need to tell them, can you please do a VLOOKUP for me? Okay, VLOOKUP for me. VLOOKUP. So this particular cell, F4, I say, please take the value in F4, but later I want them to go all the way down and check every single one. So I cannot put $F $4. Okay, I need to make sure that only the F is locked. Only the $F4, comma, then tell them to look in here, this area. So it's locked already, that's fine, comma. Then I look for column 2. Column 2 means the age, right? Comma, 0. So we look up the name Sarah in this table. What is the age? Okay. Then I want to know whether it is greater than or equals to G2.
Greater than 30.
Yeah, greater than or equal to G2. I put G2. I don't want to put 30 there. Okay. So I tell them to format it for me. So I go to the field. I use this yellow color. Okay. So let's see if I click apply. Okay, first. So all those names where it is actually more than 30 years old will be there. So if I change this to 40, see, less. Sarah is out of the league already. Right? Sarah is not there anymore. So if I put there 45, so now lesser people. I don't have to do the work myself, match it using my eyeball myself. Okay, so I put it back to 30, you see more. If I put here 20, all of them actually. Everyone is okay. So it's 25, okay. What about 28? Some of them okay. 27, 25 cannot. 30. Okay, so that's how it looks like. Manage rule. I put in this guy. So you actually perform the same thing, a VLOOKUP. You're telling Excel, please do a VLOOKUP for me. Take this name, look inside this column, look inside this table, find the age for me. If I say it's Sarah, then it should be this guy. Right? Should be this one. Sarah. So Sarah is 38. So is this 38 more than 30? Answer is yes. So yes, you color it. So don't get it wrong that VLOOKUP must be done inside a cell. It can be actually done in your conditional formatting as well. You guys understand?
Yes.
Do you think you will be able to use this for any part of your work?
Actually, last time I was checking one by one. This isn't very
Yeah.
much easier than previous.
So if we do not know how to use this, right? We will use our eyeball to start searching on Sarah. Then we're going to check Sarah. Oh yes, then we can highlight. Isn't it? But now we don't have to. We can do this very quickly. So if it's 45, then you see only this. Okay. We look up inside your conditional formatting. So let's save the file. Okay, good. Now we have two more topics here to go. We're going to take a break. Just assume now it's 3 o'clock. We shall continue our class at about 3:15 later. Is it okay? We'll take a break. We only have two more, so that's
Okay.
fine. Let's take a break, huh? So since
Okay,
Miss
sir.
Ang is away, we will just take a break, then we will continue at 3:15.
Sure.
Continue at 3:15. Yeah. Yes, I will share the file. Let me do that now. Look up. Let me search. Sorry, I forgot this time. Okay, Melly, got it, huh? Okay, so I'll see you a bit later, about 3:15. Thank you.